Hello everyone. Good morning children. How are you all? I hope you all good. So, in last four lecture, we have studied about the cooperative society, characteristics of cooperative society, advantage, limitations, and also characteristics and meaning of company. And now we are going to start lecture number 5 of chapter 6. So, in today's lecture, we'll learn about the advantages of company and limitations of company. So, are you ready? Okay, good. So, come to the page number 58. Page number 58, chapter 6, Forms of Business Organization 2. So, in this chapter, we had learnt about the cooperative society, then characteristics, then advantages, then limitations also. Then meaning and definition of company. So company means the company registered under this act or under any former act. Then characteristics we have done in last lecture. Now we just revise the characteristics of company. So first one is legal personality. So company get a separate legal personality with registration. That means when we'll register the company, company get a personal legal personality. Then perpetual succession. That means company and members both are the different. Company is a legal separate entity and it is not affected by the death or insolvency of its member. Then the third one is the division of capital in small fraction. We all know a company has authorized capital and then issued capital, and they divide into small parts. Then each part is called shares. Then easy transfer of share, common seal affixed on the contracts, share certificates, documents, etc. Then management and status of member. So neither member can enter into contract on behalf of company nor company can be liable for an act of members because we seen in the first and second characteristics company is a separate legal entity. Then the number of member in a private company, a minimum number is 2 and maximum 200, whereas in a public company minimum 7 and maximum no restriction. Ninth, liability of members. So liability of member may be limited or may be unlimited. Fundamental rights. Company get a separate legal identity and that's why they have a separate legal or entity and uh, but company is not a citizen of country because that's why the company has no fundamental right as enjoyed by citizen. Then voting right per share. So member of a company can cast vote on the basis of number of shares they hold. For example, if any one person has 40-50 shares, then they can vote 40 to 50. Now advantages of company. So first, huge capital fund. A company divides its capital into small fractions and attract to purchase the more number of share always remain. So that's the big voting right is per share. And the result, company can raise large capital easily. Then easy transfer of share. Uh, See students, here the printing mistake. It's not a shares, it's a shares. SHARES. See, is one printing mistake. Here the shares, not a shares. So easy transfer of share. The number of a company can sell share and get money whenever desired and can purchase the share as required. So due to easy purchase and sale of share in a recognized stock exchange, shareholder or a member of company can sell shares and get money whenever they desire and also can purchase the share from the market. Even if restriction is laid down on transfer of share of private company. In public company, there is no restriction of transfer of share, but in private company, some restriction laid down on transfer of shares. Then third one, limited liability of member. So the liability of member is limited up to the face value of shares in a company, limited by share. So at the time of liquidation or company winding up of company, they have not pay more than the face value of share. In short, at the time of liquidation, all the members and shareholders of the company pay the liability to the face value of share, not more than the face value. Next, separate identity and perpetual succession. Perpetual life. We all know company has a perpetual life. That means if any person died or insolvent, company cannot affect it. So company has a separate identity and entity from its member. So existence of company is not affected even if any member or all the members of company died, insolvent or insanity, etc. Or in case of transfer of shares by member, still company continuing the business. Next, advantage of large scale. See, company has a huge amount of capital. So large scale of purchase and sale and production possible for the company. So the benefits of large scale production is obtained at low cost due to large capital fund and also modern machineries, technologies, expert service, research, etc. So hence the company is considered as engine of economic growth because in forms of company at the purchase and sell and also production are doing at large scale and also there is large capital funds. That's why we can say that company is considered as an engine of economic growth. See students, here we done the 5 advantages of company. Huge capital fund, easy transfer of share, limited liability of member, separate identity and perpetual life, advantages of large scale. So now it's your turn. You just read it and then we'll start sixth point. You're just 1 minute. Just go through the topic. Keep only plain reading. Then we start the sixth advantage of company. Okay, done? Good. Now sixth point. Efficient management. Management of company become professional and efficient. Why? because company has a member which have expert knowledge in different areas. They all are expertise in particular area, and also company have a efficient director. That's why the management of company become efficient and professional. Okay, and see, this one is the limitations of sole proprietorship, because in sole proprietorship there is only one person doing a business and also manage. So they have there is no there is a lack of expertise, services and knowledge. Next, seventh, democratic management. The company is managed democratically by elected representatives of members called directors, and decisions are taken by the majority in general meetings of members. That's why we can say that democratic management doing in companies form. Next, benefit to society and nation. So public invest their savings in shares, debenture, public deposit, etc. And saving encourage. So they receive a dividend if they have a shares, or interest if they have a debenture or deposits. So interest as the income on investment. And advantage of large scale production are also available to the society, like employment opportunities increase, because if any backward area, if in any backward area, a one small company established, so the public of that area get some employment. So employment opportunity also provided by the company. Then some companies spends a part of profit, like benefits of society, like art, garden, school, college, playground, etc. And also provide a many facility voluntarily to the employee too. And they pay crores of rupees to the government by way of tax. But the amount is also used for development of country. So companies profit and production is very beneficial to our society and nation also. So here we done the advantages of company. First, huge capital fund, easy transfer of share, limited liability of member, separate identity and perpetual life, advantage of large scale, efficient management, democratic management, benefit to society and nation. So, point 6, 7, and 8, read in detail. Then we'll start the limitations of company. You have just 30 seconds to read these 3 points. Within 30 seconds, you complete this and then we'll start the limitations. Clear? Okay. Now we'll start the limitations of company. So first limitation, lengthy and expensive incorporation procedure. See, in partnership firm, sole proprietorship firm, easy establishment process compared to the company. But in forms of company, there is a very lengthy and expensive procedures for establishment. So the formation of procedure of company is lengthy, complicated and expensive in comparison to sole proprietorship and partnership. Company has to submit the document like memorandum of article before the registrar of company to obtain the certificate of incorporation, because without the COI company cannot start the business. So for this expert service are obtained. In addition to registration fees to the registrar, experts are to be paid high fees for their services. And expertise include like CA, CS, lawyer, sorry, lawyer, etc. So next, legal restriction. So company comes to existence by law, and memorandum of company also define the objective of companies. There is a six clause in memorandum of association. So company has to observe the legal provision during its lifetime, because sorry purpose of starting the company is doing legal business. So the statement, reports, accounts are to be submitted to register of company regularly at a certain time, and also followed some provisions of SEBI. What is the full form of SEBI? Security Exchange Board of India. Underline the full form of SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India. So the provisions of SEBI are also to be fulfilled. So here we see which type of legal restriction followed by company, like statements, reports, accounts, all are these submitted regularly to the registrar of company, and also fulfill the provisions of SEBI Act 1992. Next, increase in administrative expense. Administrative expense increased due to high fees to expert, attractive salary of specialized officer, expenses on research, etc. So due to this type of payment, admin expense increases. The next, autocratic management. So the many rights are entrusted to the members by law. So they enjoy a nominal power, like due to voting power, right per share, some person get control through groupism and imposed their desire. Because if any one person have 100 share and the other person have a 50 share, so but obvious more control is on decision is a person who has 100 share comparatively to the 50 shares of sorry comparison to that person who has a 50 share. So they used the company's money, asset, secret informations for the personal interest and selfishness. So this one is the most important limitation of company. Autocratic management. Fourth limitation is very important limitation. So here we done the four limitation of company. Lengthy and expensive incorporation procedure. Next, legal restriction. Next, increase in administrative expense and autocratic management. Here total 9 limitations of company. We'll have learned 4 and remaining 5 will learn in next lecture. So here we done today's lecture, and your today's homework, note down please. Write or head points of limitation in your head point book, and write the characteristics and limitation and advantages in rough book. In your fair note, not done limitations, because remaining 5 limitations will pending. So first we'll complete in next lecture, and then you will write in your fair note with detailed information of limitations. Today you have just write only the head points of characteristics, limitation and advantage in rough book, and head point of limitation in head point book. So here we done today's lecture. I hope you all enjoy a lot. So goodbye everyone.